Guys, welcome to my channel once again. My name is Bolaji Omobeejay Vlogs. I would like to appreciate as many people that watched the first video, the one on how to renew your passport in the UK and change your name. It pleases my heart to see the engagement from the video, and I feel really good. Yeah, so sequel to that, I would be doing another video. A couple of people have asked me what the process is like to have your name changed on your BRP as well, your residence permit in the UK, if you have changed your name on the passport. I mean, after changing your name on the passport, there's little or nothing you're waiting for. You have to like continue the change. Just a quick one here. You won't know how challenging changing your name on your documents can be until you get right into it. I mean, I've had people come into my DM and then you have to wait till forever before your passport returns. I remember when my passport also returned, like I was over the moon. I always had a video of when it returned. So just a quick update on passport. I've been quite worried. Oh God, see what I look like. I've been quite worried because my passport refused to come back. Tracking it online was like, I have fun. Where's my passport? Even people that went after me, their passport had come back. But just now I heard co. I'm like, what's that? I went there and my passport is back. Hey, my fresh passport. 64 pages for 10 years. I think it spent about 3 months, almost 3 months. I went for my biometric, or 2 months, or about 8 weeks, I think. I went for my biometrics end of January, and it came to me, my passport came back to me in March, the first week of March, I think. Yeah, so like it was such a long wait of where is it to, where is it to, where is it to, where is it to. And I mean, but if you had applied for like the normal one, like without the change of name ceremony, in 3-5 days you get your passport back. And it's not just, it wasn't just me. I know a friend who is currently waiting for hers now, and I'm like, it will come. She says she has called and called and called and called over again, and nothing seems to be coming forth. But either ways, we're sure that it's gonna come. And that's just one of the many changes that you'd have to do. So I've been delaying shooting this video for the change of the name on the BRP, because I wanted my BRP with my changed name to return before I get to shoot the video. But guys, I've been waiting. I've waited and waited and waited. I don't even know I don't even know how much longer I would have to wait. So I'm just like, you know what, I'll just shoot this video and I'll continue to wait like that. When it eventually comes, I'll add it at the end, and I have to change the name on the BRP whether I like it or not. Because if I want to leave the country now, I can't have 2 disparate names on my 2 travel documents. It has to be a single name. So I have to change it. But long and short, let's just leave all of that. It's gonna come someday. I would talk about how I went about changing my name on my BRP. So far, up until the stage I'm at now, I think I started the process about May or June, and this is September, so I'm literally about 3 months on it now. Okay, so like, where did I start from? Basically, after changing your name on your passport, that was the very first thing I changed. I went onto the gov.uk website to see what the process of changing your name on your BRP was like, and I also asked a friend who has had her name changed, and she also told me how she went about hers. So I had to start mine. I didn't start mine immediately after I got my passport back, because I was also due for visa renewal. So I felt the same way I was able to do like 2 in 1, use 1 stone to kill 2 birds at the time of my passport renewal, I could do the same thing as well. But unfortunately, that was not the story. So I had to start my change of name on BRP as soon as possible. As soon as I got to know that I couldn't do the two of them in one, it has to be two separate applications. And I think that was about June this year, June 2022. So at that time, I went to the gov.uk website to see what the requirements were. And I got to realize that, of course, my passport with the changed name was one of the requirements, and then I also needed to provide, I think, about two other documents um from the UK, more like a proof of address that has my name and it has my address on it. So it could either be your council tax bill, it could be your water bill, could be your bank statement, could be a letter from your GP, any of those things. But the easiest for me to do at that time was the bank statement. So I had to go to the bank and change my name on my bank accounts, which was pretty straightforward. The only requirement was your marriage certificate and your passport with your new name. I got it changed. I couldn't do that online because it's a change of name, GDPR rules and all of that. So I went into the bank, and with those requirements, they were able to change my account name, and it did not take effect immediately. So I think it took, no, I think the name was changed immediately, but the documents which I needed did not have the new name at that point in time. So I had to request for a new statement that has my new name and my address, since that was what I really wanted, and that took another couple of days. Okay, so after having sorted those two major requirements, um, I was able to proceed to start the application on the gov.uk website. I'll put the link in my description. And I started the application. I completed the form. It cost about £162 at the time of making this video. I made the payments. Making the payments, then you get redirected to one of the partners of the UKVI, the UKCVAS, where you have to book an appointment for your biometrics. Okay, so that was the tricky bit for me. You could either do two things. Okay, so for your application with the UKVI, there are some mandatory documents. For the mandatory documents is going to be your passport with a new name, and the proof of address, which could be your driver's license, your council tax statement, your utility bill, your bank statement, letter from the GP that has your name and your address. So I used my bank statement because that was about the easiest for me to change. All these other ones, they would want me to bring in my BRP before I can change my name on them. I don't know if you get what I mean. So, but it was quite easy for my bank statements. So the other required documents were a consent from the Home Office to undertake the checks. Okay, so there, when you're completing the form or the application online, there is a consent form you get to download. You sign it and you upload it back. It's just to say Home Office can undertake some checks on you. So that one is from them. Then they want a picture of your current biometrics, of your current BRP, that's with your old name. Then they want a change of name deed or marriage certificate showing your new name. So in my own case, it was my marriage certificate. There was a last point here that I really don't know what it was, so I ended up submitting my application without it. I don't know if it's an issue or not. So they said it's going to be a current national passport or Home Office travel document showing your new details. I don't have a national passport in the UK. I don't have any Home Office document showing my details. So I ended up submitting just the mandatory documents and the three other documents, omitting that one because I don't know what it says. Okay, so after submitting the application to the UKVI, you get redirected to their partner website, which is the UKCVAS, and those ones basically, they would let you know that they're a partner website to UKVI, and you get to operate with them in two different ways. Your application will be assessed by the UKVI first, and then UKVI is going to determine whether you go in for your biometrics or you use an app, an IDV app. The IDV app lets you do your biometrics kind of and upload your documents without having to go to without having to book an appointment for your biometrics, basically. Okay, so it doesn't happen immediately. So the partner website, the UKVI, would let you know that it's the UKVI who gets to assess the documents, the application you have submitted, and the UKVI will determine whether you are to use the IDV app or you have to book for your biometrics. It's either of the two. So in my own case, it takes about 7 to 10 working days for the UKVI to assess your application, and UKCVAS is going to give you a feedback. So in about 7 to 10 working days, I got a feedback from them, and they told me that I was able to use the IDV app. So the IDV app, when you get the link or when you get the notification that you can use the IDV app, you also get the link to download the IDV app, which I downloaded, and then I used the IDV app. So basically on the IDV app, you upload these documents, the mandatory documents and the other documents, and it gets to take a picture of you. What else? I think that was just about it. And you get to submit your application, and that's all. It wasn't anything major. So I just did what I was expected to do, and that is where I have stopped. But that is where I could that's the last thing I remember doing. So after you submit to the your application to the IDV app will let you know that you've submitted to the UKVI, and you should expect to hear from the UKVI in about 8 weeks. So I have been counting my 8 weeks. I think I am over 8 weeks now. At the point when I was exactly 8 weeks, so around 8 weeks ish, I got a notification from Home Office, and they were letting me know that I should have booked my biometrics within a stipulated period of time, and I haven't booked it. And I'm like, you people, why are you confusing my brain now? You people say it's either IDV app or biometrics. I cannot jump and go and book biometrics appointments without having been invited to book. So what are you talking about? So I was a bit anxious, nervous, worried, which words now, I don't know, about that email when I received it. So I had to call the UKVI. I had to make inquiries from immigration advisors I had access to, and they all reassured me in one way or the other that I had done the right thing, that it's either of the two of them and not the both of them. So at the moment, I am still waiting for another feedback from the Home Office regarding my application. But as far as I'm concerned, I think I've done everything right, and I'm just expecting a decision from them to say that my name has been successfully changed, and then get to say receive the new BRP. But generally, the Home Office, the UKVI, they've been overwhelmed in the last couple of months, so applications are taking longer, and sometimes you just get automated responses. I think such was the email I received from them, so it's not like an individualized response per se. So basically that's where I am at now regarding my application, but I'm trusting that it's gonna be all sorted soon by God's grace. Basically that's the end of this video. Officially the end of this video, but I would still hold on a bit. Hopefully when I get to receive my BRP, I'll attach that bit of it to this video. But that's what the entire changing your name on the BRP looks like or is about. I'll put the necessary links in my description. If you do have any questions whatsoever, if you have any clarifications, anything to add, or anything whatsoever, any experiences, do well to also share in my comment section so that we can all gain from it. But aside that, I remain your darling Omobeejay. Remain in God, and God bless you. Bye.